Okay, class, we're about to start section 7.1, percents, decimals, and fractions. Section A, the meaning of percent. Percent means per 100 or out of 100. Examples, rewrite each sentence without using a percent sign. 81% of college students do not get enough sleep. So we could write 81 out of 100 college students do not get enough sleep. So 81 out of 100 college students do not get enough sleep. Now you can also rewrite this as 81 per 100 college students do not get enough sleep. So that's fine as well. Now we scroll to number 2. Shade 28% of the rectangle. If you count the boxes here, it's 100 boxes. Remember, percent means out of 100. So we just need to shade in any 28. So let's say we go straight across here. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 10. Just going to shade it a little bit like here. So that's 10. This will make 20. Then we just need 8 more. So this is a total of 28. Of course, you're free to shade in all of the boxes at your leisure. Okay, now we have some background. Remember, finding common denominators for fractions. Let's say we have the problem 5, 6, and 7 ninths. First, we decide that the lowest common denominator is, we know it's 18. Now it says converting between, actually, let's go back up here to this problem here. This problem is actually not done. So what we do is we find the lowest common denominator of 18, and we know that we would take this 5, 6, and multiply it by 3 over 3. We'd take this 7 ninths and multiply it by 2 over 2. So 5 times 3 is 15, 6 times 3 is 18, plus 7 times 2 is 14, and 9 times 2 is 18. 15 plus 14 is 29 over 18. Now, we could write this as a mixed number. 18 goes into 29. We can go 18 into 29. It goes in one time. And we will be left with a remainder of 11. So our final answer here will be 1 11/18. Now, we go down here to section B, converting between decimals and percents. Consider the decimal 0.31. To convert this from decimal form to percent form, we will multiply it by a form of the number 1 so that we can change its appearance, its form, but not its actual value. So you would take 0.31 times 100%. So we need to multiply 0.31 by 100. There are 2 ways we could do this. We could dig out our calculator, take off the cover, turn it on, and then type it in. Or the much more efficient method would be to remember that when we multiply by the power of 10 with 2 zeros, we just have to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we would take, just using this as an example, but let's take a look down here. Also note that besides having moved the decimal point, we now have a percent sign that we needed. So 0.31, we're going to go back up here and do some multiplication. 0.31 times 100. We know if we move this decimal 2 places to the right, that will give us 31. But we have to include this percent sign at the end. So down here, so 0.31 is just 31%. Now, we're going to use this process to fill in the table below, watching carefully for the pattern. We got 0.06. Now, we're going to multiply that by 100%. 0.06 times 100%. We know we're going to move this decimal 2 places to the right, and that will give us 6%. Now we'll multiply 0.67 times 100%. Move this decimal 2 places to the right, that will give us 67%. We'll multiply 0.9 times 100%. Move this decimal 2 places to the right, and that will give us 90%. And finally, we'll multiply 1.55 times 100%. That means we'll move this decimal 2 places to the right, and that will give us 155%. The shortcut for converting from a decimal to a percent is to move the decimal 2 places to the right and put the percent sign on the end of the number. So the shortcut is to move the decimal 2 places to the right and put the percent sign on the end of the number. Now we scroll down here. We have converting between percents and decimals. Now, it says if 100%, there's a little error here that I need to get off. Okay, I took care of that error. So if 100% is equal to 1, then it makes sense that 1 over 100% will also be equal to 1. Because if 100% is 1, this is the same as 1 over 1, which would be 1. Suppose we would like to convert 28% to decimal form. Note that we want to get rid of the percent sign. Let's try multiplying by a form of 1. So we add 28% times 1 over 100%. Now, we could put this 28% over 1. And we have here, so we need to divide 28 by 100. So we add 28% over 1 times 1 over 100%. So now we know these percent signs will simplify out, and we have 28 over 100. Now remember, when we divide by the power of 10 with 2 zeros, we just have to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Also, the percent sign will divide out. So 28% will be 0.28. Now, I want to finish this problem off here. We could take 100 into 28, and let's put a decimal and 2 zeros. 100 goes into 28 0 times. 100 goes into 280 twice. 280 minus 200 is 80. Bring down your 0. 100 goes into 800 8 times. And we have no remainder. So we have 0.28, which we have here. Now, we want to use this process to fill in the table below. Let's just use the process of moving a decimal. That would make it easy. So this 45% is assumed to be a decimal at the end of this 45. So we move it 2 places to the left, and then our answer would be 0.45 because the percent sign drops off as well. We'll put this decimal at the end, move it 2 places to the left, and our answer would be 0.9 or 0.90 without the percent sign. We'll put this decimal at the end with the 3, move it 2 places to the left. That'll give us 0.03. We'll put this decimal behind the 3, move it 2 places to the left. That'll give us 1.13. Now, the shortcut for converting from a percent to a decimal is to move the decimal 2 places to the left and drop the percent sign. And that is it. Now, we have a warning here. At this point, you may be saying this is easy. Move it to the left, move it to the right. When the problems get mixed together, people often forget which way to move the decimal point. The best strategy, of course, is to really understand the process, not just try to memorize a shortcut. But here's a memory aid that might help you. Looking at the alphabet, as you go from D to P, decimal to percent, D to P, you move to the right. Looking at the alphabet, as you go from P to D, you move to the left. So that's what you look at. If you're going from decimal to percent, you'll move to the right. Percent to decimal, you'll move to the left. Now it says write 0.37 as a percent. So you're going from decimal to a percent, D to P, so you'll go to the right. So your answer here would just be 37%. Now it says write 26% as a decimal. Remember, this is assumed to be a decimal at the end of the 6. Move it 2 places to the left, it'll be 0.26, and you drop the percent sign. Now we come here to number 3. It says write 5.5% as a decimal. So you'll move this decimal 2 places to the left, and you add 0.055, and you drop the percent sign. Now we want to write this decimal as a percent. We'll move the decimal 2 places to the right, so it'll be 5.73%. Now number 5, it says write 640% as a decimal. Remember, this decimal is assumed to be here, so we move it 2 places to the left, and that will give us 6.4 or 6.40, and we'll drop the percent sign. Number 6, it says write 0.7 as a percent. So to write this as a percent, we'll move this 2 places to the right to be 70 and add the percent sign. So it'll be 70%. Now we come here to number 7. It says write 3.642 as a percent. So we'll move this decimal 2 places to the right. It'll be 364.2%. Then finally number 8, write 0.3% as a decimal. So we have to move this 2 places to the left. It'll be 0.003 as your answer, because you also would drop the percent sign. And that will be it. Now there is one thing I didn't include that I should have included with these problems. You should always leave these problems off when you write your answer. You should write down the equal sign with your answer. So we should have wrote equals, equals, equals. So we can go back and correct that. So this is equal, 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 and equal. And we are done.